Hey, dear one, today's topic is portals and networks. This topic I found is important to share about because it actually tells how the influencing of others is taking place and how we can actually use them. Because whenever I share bad news, like, okay, everybody's having some implants inside of them, I have also good news for you. Okay, I already said it. Everybody is under some influence somehow. And I didn't find one person so far that is not under some influence. And I can tell you the ones who believe they are they gotten rid of all of that and they are free of all influence. They sometimes turn out to just be delusional in this way, and they are just not aware how it is actually using them. Okay, so such an implant in your own being that could be, for example, your chakra system that the whole New Age community is celebrating and using and activating and all of that. Those are implants. But as I said, we all have some. And the issue is not the implant. The issue is a totally different one. Okay, if you have, for example, a TV screen at home, and having a TV screen at home isn't your issue, because that is the good news. You are the one who is deciding if you turn it on. And in case you feel you cannot turn it off, then you are still the one who can actually become aware enough to think, to question what is shown to you, to become aware enough to see, okay, here is something, someone trying to influence me via the TV screen. And so you don't have to buy the offered narrative. And you are the one who is actually deciding what to do with the narrative that is told to you via the TV screen. So having such a TV screen at home, having a portal, having an active chakra system, having some implant, that's not your real issue. Everybody is, those people who become aware that such a thing like implants are real, they are all trying to get rid of that. But it's really interesting because I know a lot of people who are getting rich and rid and rid and rid, and they are never free. Because the real cause of that isn't taken away. That is important. Okay, today I have some notes with me because it's a complex topic and I want to make sure to really give you the main parts of the information. Yeah, very extreme forms of influences are happening via our brain. As I said, the chakra system is used a lot, but it is really extreme around our brain, our mind. That is really targeted big time, and especially now that we are using technology so much, this seems to make it stronger than it used to be. And of course, they are desperate, and therefore, they try to really push it. And so it might happen through thoughts, loops and scary thoughts. You're not good enough. Thoughts of lack and doubt, and that are then causing emotional instabilities inside of you. I think I have spoken in the past already about implemented dreams that are also used. Then we wake up in the morning and we might have some, bad feeling how we even start into the day. And that is, of course, an issue, but the greater issue is if we are not becoming aware of it, that we can actually do something about it, because we don't have to allow to get hooked in to, if such a thought, for example, don't record a video, nobody's listening, nobody cares. If such a thought shows up, I can believe such a thought, send it, or I can say, yeah, I don't care, I do it anyways because, yeah, it feels right to my heart, therefore I do it, because I don't believe in numbers, I don't believe the lies that are told to me. It's not important that I reach 1 million people, because it might be important that I reach you. And that is important enough. And it's also important enough that I dare to speak my truth, that I do this for me, so I don't have to believe a lie that is offered to me. And also, if I have a strange dream that is scary and I wake up and I'm frightened, okay, how do I use that? Because actually lately I found I'm not so much under the influence of such a thing coming into my system, but actually it is showing me my own weak points where I might have some fears and stuff like that. And also it is always showing me something about the other person that is trying to influence me, because they become visible also. So it is important that we don't feel as a victim to that, because we can always turn it around. We can always say, oh yeah, thank you for showing me a weak point, and thank you for showing me your true face. That is really, really important. Oh, thank you for showing me that someone tries to use you. Okay, so such an implant is like a portal into our being. And other people are also like portals. And there are forces who are traveling through such portals, because the portals are connected with each other. That is where the networking part comes in. So I think you can imagine that all of us can being a living portal, so to speak, and all people we are somehow connected to. Those connections are like roads they can use to travel. That is really, really important to keep in mind. Okay, so let me have a look onto my notes. Yeah, as nobody is free of such influences, it's actually not making sense to believe in teachers, gurus, leaders, as the real important person is you anyway. Everybody has to do the healing and the cleansing within themselves. So there's no point in handing over our power to someone else. It is important to come back into our own center, to heal ourselves, to become aware enough, because this will then actually make such implants, they will have no effect on us, or not a big effect, because we are aware of what is happening, and therefore they will fail whatever they try. And we taking back our own power, we shouldn't rely on anybody out there, no matter their intention, because a lot of people have a good intention but are used anyways. So they believe to have a good intention, but they are used themselves anyway. So the best thing is we have to learn to come back to ourselves and trust ourselves, because we are the one who is responsible for our life. We are the one who's in charge of our life. And that is taking away the keys to our home out of the hands of other people. We have to take the keys back to our own home. That is something that I find really, really important. Yeah. Okay, so everybody, we are connected to, it's like an invisible cable between those beings. And so you might be connected to A, who is connected to B, who is connected to C. And so C, you don't even know C. You have no idea who that person is. Never seen that person, never spoken to that person or being. And because it's in such a case, it's normally an entity. And the entity that is using the person C is then traveling through B, through A to you. And that is why how psychic attacks are happening. That is also the reason why you can cleanse and do healing and healing and healing. Such an entity will then find another being to and other portals to travel through if it wants to target you. So the thing you have to make sure is to not be a target, and to use such incidences to heal yourself, become aware of your own inner woundings, and to use such incidences to find out more and more and more about your own weaknesses, and also finding out more about the person who is trying, or the entity that is trying to target you. And they should be afraid to target you, not the other way around. That is really, really important. It's really important that we are working on our fear, because this is then bringing us into a modus operandi where we can't actually be self-responsible and empowered, where we hand the keys to our home to someone else. Fear is always weakening us. And I don't want to say to get rid of fear, because there are different versions of fear. Fear is actually just kind of an alarm bell, okay, that something feels threatening, but there might actually really be a threat, or the threat might just be imagined by you. I don't know how often I have been afraid of something that never happened in my life. In most cases, fear is useless. There are a few cases where this is an alarming sign that you are in real danger, but this is very, very seldom the case. In most cases, it's just total nonsense and is just bringing us into a position where we feel powerless, and that is never a good thing, because it's very seldom that we are really powerless. That's just not happening. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I came along a lot of puppets on a string that have been used by puppets on a string to make me a puppet on a string. And I have seen it with others many, many times. And I remember an incident where a former friend of mine, she was attacked, and she said I was used as a portal to her, and that the guy from my former yeah leader of that group, I was in the former teacher of that group, that spiritual teacher, he was attacking her together with a friend that I was connected to, and they were using me as a portal to get through to her. And this was, so she was blaming me for that attack that happened. And that was actually then ending the friendship, because, yeah, I couldn't ask that of her. And also I couldn't somehow be made responsible for her being attacked, because yes, I had such a connection, but they always find a way to target people, and she didn't ask the question why she was targeted, just been blaming it on me. This doesn't help either. But this has been a very, very good lesson, actually, because I could see the bigger picture, that there are attachments to other people and portals that people are traveling through. And that was important to see how this is working. And I also became aware that the forces who are using such a network of connection, they will always find a way. And I will come to that, why they will always find a way. They use these networks because they created them, and we are all connected with everything and everybody. So they will always find a way to reach a person. So yeah. And I also realized we can only be targeted for some reason. So just blaming me didn't help. And yeah, there was another point. I knew I had to stay there in that group, because I had to learn more about that, how this is working, and to really, really be sure, yeah, how this is working, because just cutting the ties, just running away, that's not really working on the long run. And I'm someone, I always want to really understand how something is working. That is how I'm wired. I always learn through own experience, through own observation, and by really checking things. And yeah, I learned a lot, and that's been, yeah, kind of really, really important on my path. And yeah, I was, so I stayed in that group, although this attack had happened using me. And yeah, this guy was then shortly after was then telling, yeah, he got rid of the SSP that he was connected with and all of that. And of course I wanted to believe that, but my observation showed no, that's not been the case. Maybe he believes to be free of that, but he's not. And I left this group end of last year, and I have met a lot of other people from other groups, and we were comparing notes, and we could see this whole spiritual mafia, and those people are also all connected, and that was really, really important to see that and to figure that out, because they all seem to offer a different narrative, why they have all been helping each other and pushing each other. And yeah, the network between them, between those mind control public figures became visible too, that there is a network between them, although they seem to have totally different teachings and narratives they are offering. And to see what is actually the connection between them, that was really, really important. And so, yeah, we were comparing notes and they became visible. So it was really, really important. And yeah, we cannot run away. This is all trauma response, fight, flight, denial. So we have a lot of people, especially maybe in the truther community, who are on the fighting, they are more the fighting type, and others who are, flight, and denial. Those people you might find more in the new age religion. Yeah. So yeah, just think positive. Just don't focus on it, and then it's just not there. And that is, of course, the denial is actually keeping it active. If you stay silent, if you are just in denial what is happening, because this is actually at the moment the big issue we have on the planet. The vast majority of people is in flight or denial mode. Yeah, and the one who are in fighting mode, they are not solving that issue also. Yeah, so, but it's understandable, because I know this just too well, because it is trauma response. And if people are re-traumatized, they act out of that trauma response. And that is also the case, for example, this spiritual teacher, I heard over time that a few people accused him of some stuff, but it was those people, they seem to be crazy, because the way they articulated themselves, so nobody believes those people, because if you are freshly traumatized, you sound crazy. You really sound crazy. And therefore everybody thinks, yeah, that's such a nice guy. And that these women, they are so angry, and they are the stuff they're accusing him. That's totally, that must be total BS. Yeah. Because people who are freshly traumatized, they are, they really act a little bit crazy, and as if they have lost their marbles. Yeah. And so this trauma response is really, really important. If we are freshly traumatized, we are reacting out of those responses. It's a little bit, every person is different, and maybe every situation is different. Some people are more on the more likely to get angry, and other people are more. It's more likely that they go into a depression or something like that, and all of that is trauma response. It's important you take your time to heal yourself. That is really, really important, and not think you have to function and you have to be brave, and you just have to deny yourself of the safe space. I have spoken about the safe space in another video also, to deny yourself the safe space and also the time it needs to come back home to yourself, because this is the point of healing. You coming back home to yourself, you taking the keys to your own home into your own hand, you deciding then, in case of these implants, what to do with incoming thoughts, for example, or dreams that are showing up. If you allow those to scare you, or if you say, yeah, thank you for informing me, I see that, but yeah, actually this is not feeling true to me. And this, yeah, that's also very important, this feeling true. Your body, listen to your body. If your body is making strange stuff every time you are connecting with the person and you get a headache, every time you have to rest for 2 days after you've spoken with the person, don't ignore that. It's really, really important, the signals out of your own body. Be really loving and respectful towards yourself, because my body is actually, he's informing me in case I am in contact with an abusive person. After I became aware of my childhood abuse, next time I was talking to the leader of the sisterhood, instantly I had to see the bathroom, because yeah, I was throwing up. And yeah, so your body is really informing you that something isn't right. Listen to your body. You might feel confused, all of those feelings running through your system, then maybe having strange thoughts in your mind. But what your body is telling you, if your body tells you, your gut feeling, I don't want to be in that place, I don't feel comfortable, listen to that. There is a lot of truth in that. Yeah. The healing of trauma happens when we come back to ourselves. We have to learn to trust in ourselves more and more and more, because you will have the inside, really the inside. You will, and that is not your third eye, your inside. It's just coming out of your own heart and soul, your own being. You just know things, and it will not be projected into yourself by using some technology or astral technology, because technology isn't that new. As I said, the chakras, those are implants. It's the old-fashioned way of implants, but there has been old-fashioned kind of technology that's been working, and the astral, and yeah, there has been a lot of manipulation through that. And that is also why so many people in the New Age community are misled, because they are able to see into the astral or to travel the astral, and they are all offered with, yeah, fake videos. Coming back to the analogy of the TV, it's an astral TV that they are watching. So yeah, there's the manipulation. Okay. There are those people that have good intentions that are still used, and if you are around them, you might feel how your energy feels. Someone tries to manipulate that. Happened lately to me. That's been interesting. And if you have healed enough, you can then maybe enter such a situation and just see it for what it is and see how people are used, who then maybe with they believe have good intention, who then try to give you healing or something like that, while yeah, they are manipulated to believe they do a good thing while actually they are abusive, because that's not what you wanted. You didn't want them to manipulate your energy field, so you are hooked up to some other entity. Yeah, that is important when it comes to all kinds of healers. And the more we are healed, the more we are centered within ourselves, and then such attacks have no impact, or the other side is just exposing themselves. That is important. But as long as you are very much traumatized, please make sure you stay on safe ground. Don't be in contact with people who are hurting you or who are re-traumatizing you. You have to make sure you care for yourself, because I know a lot of empathic people who would then try to save someone else, to help someone else, and bringing themselves into danger or re-traumatizing themselves. So safety first and self-care first. That is the most loving thing you can do, because only if you have cared for yourself, if you take care of your wounding, then you will be able to assist others, just like I do. Yeah, now. And I still have stuff, yeah, where there is an impact, but I know myself enough, and that has to do with the way I'm wired and the way I am. I know what I can take and where I'm stepping back. Okay. So I think that's been it. Yeah. Only enter a battlefield if you know you're well equipped. That's really important. Don't go there if you're still bleeding from an old wound. Yeah, there's something I wanted to share with you about this connection that is happening between old people, and this network, and how it's not making sense to go into the woods and be on your own. I don't think that would work. It was coming actually from a total different direction, that information. Many years ago, I was actually in a seminar that was about self-improvement. And the person giving the seminar said, yeah, actually people often don't dare to do stuff because they think what they want in life is not available to them. And then she said there is this theory that it just needs 6 people to be connected to everybody on the planet. And when she came up with this theory, I thought, yeah, that's total nonsense. Yeah, How can we be connected with everybody on the planet just by 6 people in between? And because I actually wanted to prove her wrong, I started to think about it, and I found out that is actually true. Because I figured out, okay, I know a person who knows a person who knows our Chancellor Merkel. And she knows, for example, the American and Russian president. And of course, that doesn't have any direct impact on my daily life. But if you think about it, we are just normally not aware of it. And I just became aware of it because I wanted to prove that woman wrong, that we can actually connect with everybody on the planet just by because we all know a lot of people, and I'm certainly someone who knows a lot of people. There are not many people who I allow, especially with my experiences, to be really close to me, but I know many people, and we all do. And those people again know a lot of people, and those again, each of them again knows a lot of people. And so this is actually true. And it doesn't matter if it is 6 people, 10 people, or 20 people, but everybody is therefore actually really connected to everybody. So cutting your ties to, for example, one person will not be the solution to get rid of all of attacks. Cut the ties to any person you not feel comfortable with. I'm totally for that. Do that. And if you feel that person is harmful for you, stay away. But it is then more important to work on your own wounds. What is making you a target? Because someone who wants to target you will always find a way, as long as you are somehow vulnerable, and as long as they can somehow scare you, fool you, and have some influence onto you, over your mind. Yeah, if you believe strange thoughts coming in and you know that is not how you feel, this is not how you think, then just watch it like you're watching a cloud coming by. Let it come and pass and let it go. And it's an energetic thing. Don't hook into it. Don't attach yourself to that. Don't attach yourself to other people. That's an important key I realized just at the end of this video. Don't attach yourself to any ideology and any person. You can have connections with all kinds of people, but don't have attachments, because they are like hooks into your beings. And that is really important. Yeah. Again, take the keys to your own home back into your own hands, in your own pocket. Don't hand them over to someone else. Okay. So everybody being connected to everybody, we being portals, and we having to work on our traumas, to come back home to ourselves, to take care for ourselves, and therefore no longer being a target. The more we have cleansed our own system, the less there will be any points to attach to by those beings. And that's freedom. That's real freedom. No one can give it to you. You have to take it. Yeah. Okay. Have a great time. And in case you have any question or anything like that, or any comments, just comment below, and have a great time. Bye until next time. Your Natalie.